Hello, welcome back to Train Sim World 2020 on the Peninsula Corridor from San Francisco to San Jose. Last time out we had an introduction to the F40PH-2CAT, and I did say at the end of that video that I was going to perhaps go on to the Californian commuter run, but I've been thinking about it and I thought because this is a first impressions and a bit of a review, it might be better if instead of me doing this, I go through, continuing from that, I go through the other two introductions. So in this video, I'm going to be going through the Gallery Cab Car introduction and the GP38-2 introduction and seeing what they're like. Now, I did also receive a comment saying that the engines didn't sound as they should. I do apologise if I'm not the best judge of that, but if you say it doesn't sound as it should, then and you're from around that area, then I'm going to have to assume that you know what you're talking about, because I certainly do not. Not in the case of American engine sounds anyway, which is why I tend to avoid the American stuff. However, let's hope that these actually sound as they're supposed to do. So, for the rest of this episode, make sure you stay tuned to see this one and this one.
Welcome to this Nippon Sharyo Gallery Cab Car in Caltrain livery, being powered by an F40PH-2CAT at the rear. This brief introduction will cover passenger operation and recovery from an emergency stop.
So essentially this is
Climb
pretty
aboard
much...
to get started.
Why do you cut me off? So this is pretty much the same as the other one, so we're going to be doing emergency stop and passenger operations. But first of all, I want to take a photograph, a picture. What's this weird light here? Where's that coming from? Hold on, where's this light coming from? Is that your lights? It might be those lights. Okay. Well, let's take a picture of this big engine. You just see. I'm just trying to get a good angle on that. That is a. Oh, I say a big engine. It's not an engine, is it? It's just a cab car. What is this over here? Look at that. Got some information right there. USA, a speedometer. Strange. Anyway, let's get on board. Now, last time I tried this, I fell between the platform and the train. So let's try now. That's all right.
Caution, the doors are about to close.
Cool. All right, we finally get to see inside one of these. Can I not close the doors now? That's annoying. Let's go upstairs for... Ew. Okay, apparently we can't... Why can we not go upstairs? E, of course. Wow. So this is the upstairs of one of these things. It's not the most amazing of things. I thought there might be a bit more space up here. It is a little bit cramped in a sense. But it's not bad. I mean, extra seating space. I thought there might be little tables in between or something like that. But how many seats can you have on this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I suppose I can sit in any of them. Yep. So we've got an additional 10 on this side. So you've got another 20 seats you can have down here. Let's go downstairs. It is a little bit cramped, I have to admit. Wasn't expecting it to be that cramped. Why won't these things shut? Oh, never mind. And then in this cab, it's kind of empty. I suppose this one's... Yeah, that one's got a lot more... Oh, wait a minute. That one looks like it's got more seats up the top as well. I'll have to have a look at this. So it must just be this cab car that doesn't have as many seats. No, it's the same amount of seats. Same amount of seats. It's just a single seat right there. Okay, lovely. At the front here, we've got just 8 seats. I don't know what all this area is for. Where am I supposed to go? Oh, it's on the opposite side. Thank you. It's this side. So I just open this door. I do. Oh, this is fancy.
A lot of time will be spent in the engineer's seat.
Yes, I want to close this door. Someone also pointed out to me that tutorials don't have most of the buttons disabled. I know. I did mention this in the video. It's annoying. This is annoying, but okay, here we are.
The locomotive's auxiliary systems are now ready to be energized.
Well, that's the standard stuff here. Okay.
Give a quick glance of the platform to ensure all is safe, then unlock the doors.
I thought we might be on the ground, but apparently not. I'll open the windows as well, though. Can I not open that? I can't even... Oh, I can just open the window from here. Great. I don't need that. Don't need that. Open that. This is strange. I mean, I suppose you are that high up generally, or almost that high up in... at the other side. No, you're not. Are you? No, you're not that high up. It's definitely higher up here. Okay, that's different. That's really different. What else do we have here? We've got our standard reverser, our power handle, our dynamic brake. Where's our automatic brake?
It's time to get going.
Ah, there.
Set the doors to locked.
And where's the Oh, I don't know where the independent... Oh, this might not have an independent... No, it has to have an independent, surely. Every locomotive has an independent, right? Speedometer's up there. That's a little bit easier to read.
The reverser is used to set the direction of travel.
Yep, I know that. There we go. Automatic brake
The automatic brake
off.
is used for normal line operations.
Now, this is again a lap system, I assume, just because it's the same engine, or it's the same train. So that should be released. Now, cut-off valve. Cut-off valve is still there. Is this the independent? I think this might
Increase
be
the
the
throttle to
independent.
start moving. Do not apply too much power too quickly.
Here we go. So if you want to hear my first impressions upon the whole idea of the line, the visuals and stuff like that, please watch the previous video. That's... Why is this giving me a 13 yards? I don't know.
With the train now moving, use the throttle and the brakes to reach and maintain the indicated speed.
That's very strange. Right, so okay, so now we're moving. I'm just going to crank it up into maximum power. Do we not have an ammeter on this one? Interesting, we don't actually have an ammeter as far as I can see. Unless it's on the opposite side, which I can't actually get to. So I don't think it is. Okay, that's interesting. So you've really got to essentially know what you're doing here. Generally, it's very nice. I do wish there was a... I know this is really strange, but I wish there was a slight delay in actually the swapping of the notches, because I can just tap on my keyboard and that changes the notches, and I wish it wasn't like that. Right, someone told me what these lights mean. I still haven't quite got the hang of it, and someone also told me it's in the manual. Now I appreciate it's in the manual, but yeah, but it'd be nice if
service to achieve the desired pressure or braking rate, and once a desired pressure is reached, move the handle into lap to maintain it.
Now, interestingly enough, this might be easier.
Move the handle back to release to reset the system.
Let me talk about what I was talking about in the first place, though. I was saying that even though it's in a manual, it would be nice if it was actually in the tutorial, because it's kind of a really key part of the gameplay. So I'm just going to potter along at 50, joining the main line. Say 50, that's not 50. This might be easier to manage because I can see the brake right here, so I might actually prefer this cab overall. Everything's very sort of front and center. So speedometer's right there, your brake pressure, everything's right there. I think this cab's laid out just a bit better. because I can see what that's doing, you see? I could immediately tell what that was doing. That's so much easier. That is genuinely so much easier. I actually know what's going on. I think I may have found a cab that I prefer over the actual locomotive itself. This is nice. This is actually really nice. I'm going to stop a little bit early. I'm hoping it's not too early. 10 yards would be nice. If we can manage 10 yards. If that. 9 yards, that's pretty good. I'm happy with 9 yards. So we're supposed to stop, what, about there? It's so much easier. I have to say I prefer this gallery cab car as opposed to that. I suppose that you'll get used to being able to understand the brakes and understand the different sounds and the different clicks. That will give you the idea of whether it's being applied, whether it's being lapped, whether it's being released. But being able to visually see it while you're training, as it were, is much better. That's really good. I do like this, and like I said, this cab itself is a lot nicer. I wish I could shut that door. It's a lot nicer than the other one. It's okay. Admittedly, it's a little bit more cramped. But it's no more cramped than the standard British ones that I'm used to, the Class 101s or things like that. I still think
It's time to get
better.
going. Set the doors to locked.
Set the doors to locked. Actually, first I'm going to take a screenshot. There you go.
The doors are about to close.
Cool.
Now try operating the train to the next station without instruction. Be aware that an emergency stop will occur before reaching the next station.
That's fine. Wait, that's... I like that. I do like that. How do I switch off the bell, though? Nope. Is that the bell? That's the bell? No, it's bail. The only thing is you can't hear the engine on this side. That's the only thing. Yeah, it says bail. I thought I might have been misreading that just for a moment, but nope. It definitely says bail. And again, it'd be nice if there was an ammeter on this side. Electro-pneumatic brake overlay system, speed indicator system, that's nice. This doesn't work, unfortunately. Nah, it doesn't work, unfortunately. So we're expecting an emergency brake very, very soon. Crossing light, cab light. We'll have to have a look at these once when we can. So, I'm going to expect the emergency brake shortly. I'm sure. Maybe just after this switch. We're still passing it. Now? I like that. There's the emergency brake. So I'll just take another screenshot as we're slamming on the brakes. So you can see there it shows we're in emergency. I still don't quite understand why it puts it in notch 4. The other one it puts it in notch 3. So we need to reset the controls. So that needs to go there, that needs to go there. Now this is where it gets interesting. So automatic brakes need to go to release. But does that mean we don't have to worry about an independent? That means the independent must be only for the locomotive, not for this. Yeah, it's just for the...
The train
right,
has
okay.
reset, so it is possible to get moving again. Return to line speed as before, and get ready to stop at the next station.
Alright, here we go. Let's get this show on the road once more. I wish that bell would stop. How do I stop the bell? And it doesn't teach us how to use a dynamic brake as well. That's the other thing. I would have thought it would teach us how to use the dynamic, but it doesn't. So I'm thinking with the brakes on this car, which is actually they have very strong brakes. If we get ourselves up to, well, let's find out what speed we get up to in the next 0.4 of a mile, I'd say. So at the moment we're pretty slow, but if we end up getting to about 60 miles per hour, I'm thinking I stop braking at 800 yards for a nice controlled stop. Depending on, like I said, depends on the speed I get to. $50, $51, yeah, I'm going. Okay, it's probably going to be around 700 yards then. Oh no, no. We're good. 55. There we go. Get that thing slowing down nicely. I probably slowed it down way too quickly, but I'm just getting used to it. Again, see how easy that was. Now that I've seen what goes where, what noises go where, or how the noises go, how easy that is to actually, for me to just slow the train down. Because now that I've seen...
Remember to apply the brakes early and gently so as to provide a comfortable ride for passengers.
We've done that. It just makes it so much easier because now I've seen this move, I know what noise it means what. And that's brilliant. It really, really is brilliant. Now I don't know what speed you guys enter platforms at. Certainly not this slow, that's for sure. In the UK we enter a platform at no more than 20-25. So let's see what this does now. Okay, this is going well. This is going probably better than the last. About 5 yards over. That's fine.
Well done. Practice makes perfect. Give a quick glance at the platform to ensure all is safe, then unlock the doors.
Okay, I'm going to say that I prefer this.
That concludes all the basics of this locomotive. More details on the controls of this locomotive can be found in the manual.
See, I still feel like dynamic brakes need to be addressed, and we need more control over buttons in a tutorial. That's the two that I'm going to say for Dovetail to work on. You have to work on that, and signalling. We need to know signalling. There's no point reading a manual if you can explain it right there. And I know another train sim that does do a signalling tutorial. Even if it's just basic explanation, going this is what this one is, this is what this one is, this is what this one is. Right, 10 yards, 5 yards, that's pretty good. Let's continue and see now. I'm not going to continue the Californian commuter one. I'm going to go to the main menu. I was going to have a look at that, but apparently it doesn't want to show me that. And we're going to go into training, and we're going to have a look at the last one. Bronze, silver, gold? Yeah, bronze, silver, gold. Let's have a look at the GP38-2. Nope, that's a Class 43 HST with a... What engine's in those? I don't know. I've forgotten what engine goes in those ones. MTU engine. Right, anyway, here we go. That was a quick load. Ooh, Union Pacific.
Welcome to this Union Pacific GP38-2 diesel electric locomotive. This brief introduction will cover startup and stopping operations. Climb aboard to get started.
Okay, so now we're talking the big boys. This is the big train. The one that I need to take a fairly decent picture of as well. There we go. That's nice. Alright, let's get on board this vehicle. Climb up here. And then up here. Lovely.
Lights help an engineer see inside the engine room.
Okay, cool.
A lot of time will be spent in the engineer's seat.
Okay, I just want to see the engine room now. Where's the engine room?
The locomotive's auxiliary systems are now ready to be energized.
Okay, same thing, same procedure here it seems. So those three right there, that's pretty good.
The power unit is ready to be started. Head over
cool.
to the engine room.
Okay, this is nice, I like this. There we go. There's one at the top. Nope. Oh, okay, fine. There we go. Alright, this is our engine room.
The power unit requires the fuel to be primed before starting.
Can you not climb into the engine room like our locomotives in the UK? No, I suppose not. Right, so we've got to prime the engine. There we go. Oh, that was 5 seconds, wasn't it? 3, 4, 5. There. Oh, that's prime. It didn't tell me that. You see, now you didn't tell me that.
The power unit is now ready to start.
You can't, there's no stops, so there's a little fault on that. You should have told me. There it goes. Okay. Close up the engine room. Okay, back to the cab.
With the power unit running, head back to the cab and
I did think that
the
that's...
locomotive controls
Hello,
are currently
I want to
isolated.
close the door.
Adjust the isolator in order to use them.
Okay, so we want them to run. There we go. Close
Return
that
to the
door.
engineer's seat to continue.
Back in the engineer's seat. Now this is nice. I want to open the window.
The brake mode needs to be set in order to take control of the brakes of the train from this cab.
Okay, so we'll do that to freight. Like so.
Releasing the automatic brake will allow the air system to charge.
Okay. And now that's the automatic. Now the red is the independent on this.
The independent brake can now be applied to hold the train.
There we go. Okay.
The locomotive's
So now we're
brakes
waiting
must
for
be
this.
charged before they can be applied.
Right, so we're waiting for this reservoir, which looks charged now. Oh, we're still waiting for it. Alright, we'll keep waiting. In the meantime, we can have a look around this one, this cab. Which is actually quite nice. How did I switch that on? Oh, F3 apparently switches on my frame rate counter. Alright, so I assume it's going to take a while for me to get these. I know these. They carry steel, don't they? I think they carry steel. Or things like that. Ah, that's the one. Okay, so that's... So we're waiting for two. White brake pipe. Red brake cylinder. Main reservoir. I thought we were waiting for the main reservoir. Ah, that's still coming down. Right, okay. I understand. And that's the pressure. Is that brake pipe pressure or Okay.
With the independent brake holding the train, release the handbrake.
Handbrake's at the front of the train, isn't it? Yep. Now, it doesn't tell me that. It didn't tell me where the handbrake was. I just had to look at that and think, where's that going to be? Okay.
To get the train ready to move, insert the reverser handle.
That's normal. Fine.
The reverser is used to
Yeah,
set
we're
the
going
direct.
forward.
Interior
look.
lights let you see the cab better. Exterior lights are important in letting others.
Right, so that goes to dim. So that's that. Could we bring that high? Oh, we can't bring it higher. Gauge lights are on.
To prevent the train from rolling back, apply a small amount of throttle as instructed.
So here's the thing.
It's time to get moving. Release the independent brake.
So here's the thing. With this, this seems to be a little bit more in depth than the passenger one.
Increase the throttle to start moving.
We're at 5.
With the train now moving, it's possible to apply more power and focus can be diverted towards achieving a desired speed.
Right, okay. So you're telling me basically I can accelerate. I can't blow the horn though. I want to blow the horn on this. It's important that the horn is an important part of every train. If you have a terrible horn, the train's just not going to. It's just not going to sound great. Overall, it takes away from the train. And now what's that? Distance, feet, acceleration, miles per hour. Is that just giving me random numbers? I wonder if that actually works.
Coasting is a method used on flat gradients to efficiently maintain a constant speed.
Yep, so we just basically put the...
There's a short distance between here and the end of Newell Yard. Attention can be diverted to judging the required braking distance and preparing to stop.
Okay. So I've got it in neutral at the moment. About 20 miles per hour. And we need to figure out when we're going to stop. Now, it hasn't explained the braking system to me on this. Is it lapped? Is it... what is it? It hasn't explained it to me at all. But, like I said, this one... that might be my acceleration. I think that might be my acceleration. So, it doesn't explain to me... or what I found a bit of a sort of disparity between the tutorials is that on the tutorials for the passenger one, it doesn't explain to me how to switch on gauge lights or anything like that, or you know, it's just very, very simple. On this freight one, it's telling me how to switch on the gauge lights and stuff, but it hasn't told me what the braking system is yet. Perhaps it will. Yeah, perhaps it will tell me the braking.
Apply a small amount of brake force to achieve a comfortable, safe stop.
Okay. Nope, it hasn't actually told me what the brakes are on this. So we're stopping in 500 yards. It's a much heavier train, but... oh, I say it's a much heavier train. I don't think it's much heavier. So I'm actually going to brake from about 400 yards. If that, I think I might need to brake much later than that. Oh, okay. The brakes are very sharp on this thing. Very sharp. I suppose that is because it is a freight train and at the moment it's empty, and I think the consist is... that's a short consist. Even in the UK that would be classed as short. So we're stopping at about 200 yards. About 230 yards. Why does that keep flashing? If you have a look over on the LED display, LCD display, sorry. For some reason it keeps flashing. I don't know whether that's my game, or is that something being picked up on video? I don't know. This is the slowest stop ever. 7, not even 7 yet. Whoa, those brakes are just insanely strong. I tap it and it's just suddenly... Right, let me show you this. Watch how little I put on these brakes. That's it. That's all I put.
Well done.
That's
Practice makes
strong.
perfect. That concludes all the basics of this locomotive.
And that concludes this video. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed it. Hopefully it's made sense and helped you guys with this. What do I like about Peninsula Corridor so far? I do like that gallery cab car. I'm surprisingly comfortable with that car. I'll have to see sort of what it's like on the journeys and along the entire route, which is something I'll probably do in the next one or something like that. But overall it's pretty good. Still the same sort of bugs that I would expect, or that I've seen previously on some of Dovetail's DLC, so those are still there. I haven't seen any weird speed limits or anything like that yet, which is great. That was a complaint that I've had before, so it's really nice to see that. Tutorials do need a little bit more, but they have improved them massively. This debriefing screen that's quite nice as well. I do like that. The journeys thing that they have on 2020. So if we go back to the main menu, that's Long Island Railroad. This journeys thing, this is quite cool. So if we have a look at this, you can see there are 3 chapters, which makes it quite nice. Actually makes it easier for somebody like me to basically create YouTube videos. If I'm going to be creating YouTube videos, I can just go through these one entire chapter, and that would be quite nice. I could just call it Peninsula Corridor Chapter 1 Passenger Engineer, or Passenger Engineer Parts 1, Part 2, Part 3, so on and so forth. That's really cool. I do like that. Aside from that, it's just something else to add to your train sim experience. If you do like the American trains, if you do like the whole San Francisco to San Jose route, 47 miles, it's pretty good. It's pretty good for that. If you're not interested in American trains, then it's not for you. So yeah, that's pretty much all I've got to say with it. Me personally, I like the British trains, so I wouldn't have necessarily picked this up. However, like I said, I was offered a code to make some videos on it, and I thought I might as well. And in a way I'm glad I did, because I do, like I said, I've got a new appreciation for that cab car, and it is interesting. It's a bit different, trains are a bit different, platforms are a bit different. Well done to Dovetail. It's still a quality piece of work. Price wise, I'll let you guys decide whether it's worth the price. If you want to see more videos on this, please leave comments. I think I'll do one more at least for my first impressions. Thank you very much for watching. Please remember to hit the like button if you like this video, subscribe to the channel for more videos on Train Sim World. Leave a comment in the comments box below, letting me know what you think of the video, letting me know what you think of Peninsula Corridor if you've picked it up, letting me know what you think of Train Sim 2020 or any other lines that you have on it. Also, you can support me on Patreon, www.patreon.com/ECGadget. Your support would be massively appreciated. It would help me out a huge amount. And lastly, you can find me on social media. That is Instagram and Twitter at ECGadgetLP. Links to everything will be, of course, in the description box below. That's all from me, and I'll see you guys next time in Train Sim World Peninsula Corridor.